Once upon a time, in a small, picturesque town, nestled between rolling hills and a serene river, lived a young woman named Amelia. She had always been a dreamer, filled with aspirations and a burning desire to make a difference in the world. From an early age, she had been fascinated by the stories of great leaders who had changed the course of history through their determination and resilience. Amelia's dreams were no less ambitious. She wanted to start her own business, one that would not only be successful, but also make a positive impact on the community. Her idea was to open a cozy bookstore and cafe, a place where people could gather, read, discuss ideas, and savor delicious pastries. She believed that such a space could foster a sense of togetherness and intellectual growth in her town. With unwavering determination, Amelia set out to turn her dream into reality. She spent months researching, creating a detailed business plan, and saving every penny she could. Finally, the day came when she signed the lease for a charming old building in the heart of the town. She named her establishment the Book Nook Café. Amelia's dream was coming true. She renovated the old building, filled it with bookshelves, stocked with a diverse selection of books, and set up a cafe area with cozy armchairs and tables. The grand opening was a resounding success, with the townspeople pouring in to support her venture. It seemed like the perfect beginning to her journey. However, as the initial excitement faded, Amelia realized that running a bookstore and cafe was much more challenging than she had anticipated. The daily grind of managing inventory, dealing with suppliers, and handling customers' complaints took a toll on her. Financial pressures mounted, and she found herself working long hours, often sacrificing her own well-being for the sake of her business. Months turned into a year, and the Book Nook Café was barely breaking even. Amelia's dream was turning into a nightmare. She had invested all her savings and taken out a substantial loan to keep the business afloat. Despite her determination, the mounting debt and continuous losses began to weigh heavily on her. She felt like a failure, and the once vibrant spark in her eyes had dimmed. One evening, as Amelia was closing up the cafe, she noticed an elderly man sitting alone in a corner, engrossed in a book. She approached him and struck up a conversation. His name was Mr. Thompson, a retired teacher who had recently moved to the town. They talked about books, life, and dreams. Amelia confided in Mr. Thompson about the challenges she was facing with her business. He listened patiently and then shared a story from his own past. He told her about his own failed attempt at opening a school in a different town many years ago. He had faced numerous setbacks and had to eventually close the school. However, he also mentioned that the experience, though painful, had taught him invaluable lessons about perseverance, adaptability, and the importance of seeking help from others. Mr. Thompson's words struck a chord with Amelia. She realized that she had been shouldering all the burdens of her business on her own and had been too proud to ask for help or advice from others. She decided to take a step back and reevaluate her approach. Over the next few weeks, Amelia began seeking advice from successful entrepreneurs in her town. She attended workshops, read books on business management, and implemented some of the insights she gained. Slowly but surely, she started making changes to her business strategy. One of the first changes she made was to expand her offerings beyond books and pastries. She started hosting book clubs, author readings, and literary events in the evenings. This attracted more customers and created a sense of community around her cafe. She also reached out to local artists and began displaying their artwork on the cafe's walls, creating a space that celebrated creativity in all its forms. Amelia's willingness to adapt and learn from her failures gradually paid off. The Book Nook Café began to thrive, drawing in a loyal customer base and gaining a reputation as a hub for intellectual and artistic pursuits. With the increased revenue, she was able to pay off her debts and stabilize the financial health of her business. As Amelia found success in her own venture, she didn't forget the lessons she had learned from Mr. Thompson. She became a mentor to aspiring entrepreneurs in her town, sharing her experiences and offering guidance to help them overcome their own challenges. She realized that her failures had not only taught her valuable lessons, but had also equipped her with the empathy and wisdom to support others on their journeys. One day, a young man named Daniel approached Amelia with an ambitious plan to start a community garden in a vacant lot near the cafe. He was passionate about sustainable agriculture and wanted to create a green space where people could learn about gardening, grow their own produce, and connect with nature. However, he was overwhelmed by the logistical and financial challenges of turning his vision into reality. Amelia remembered the kindness of Mr. Thompson, who had once offered her encouragement when she needed it most. She decided to pay it forward and offered Daniel her support. Together, they brainstormed ideas, raised funds from the community, and turned the vacant lot into a thriving community garden. The garden not only provided fresh produce to the town, but also became a place where people from all walks of life came together, learned from each other, and formed lasting friendships. The success of the garden project strengthened Amelia's belief in the power of resilience and the importance of helping others overcome difficulties. As the years passed, Amelia's Book Nook Café continued to flourish, and her commitment to her community deepened. She expanded her outreach efforts to support local charities, organize educational workshops, and promote cultural events. Her journey from a struggling entrepreneur to a pillar of her community had taught her that setbacks and failures were not the end of the road, but opportunities for growth and transformation. Amelia's story became an inspiration to many, a testament to the idea that even in the face of adversity, one could learn, adapt, and ultimately find success by helping others along the way. Her life embodied the valuable lessons from failure, that it was not about avoiding obstacles, but about using them as stepping stones toward a brighter future. In the end, Amelia's dream had not only come true, but had exceeded her wildest expectations. She had learned that true success was not measured by financial wealth alone, but by the positive impact one could make on the lives of others. And as she looked out at the thriving community she had helped build, she knew that the lessons from failure had been the greatest gift life had ever given her.